All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. My headphones went dead on me, so I'm using my computer, my internal mic. So hopefully this goes well. So, in any case, what we have here is kind of have a couple interesting things going on. So we didn't have follow through from this down day. Okay, we see something similar to almost like a evening star type of setup, but it basically looked like what happened in intraday is it capitulated all the way down and then gapped up the other morning. Now it gapped up, never broke above this high, so we now have an inside day. Inside day we want to see, and sometimes this can be a low risk trade inside day. But what I usually like it to happen is that um, it's basically within a fast move up. So inside, well, not inside day, but a day like this, pull back, inside day, pull back, go up, 1, 2, 3 bars, pull back, break up a high, go back up, then starting to churn, as we can see. But for it to go sideways like this, double tops, I don't believe in them shits. Quite honestly, I think that's just Wall Street BS that they like to pick to you. Head and shoulders doesn't really, if you look at it, what typically is a head and shoulder is it creeps up, okay, which we were talking about churning up, and then it breaks up higher as a false breakout. Then it gives a lower high, which is the better trade to say that. And they just give it a head and shoulders type of thing. But the double top, something like that, rarely stops uptrend. So don't get caught out there like everybody screaming out double top, whatever. So inside day, you kind of could say, okay, low volume. Okay, so that means that they're not really saying much. What we'll do is look at the 30-minute and say, okay, it does give you a small risk if you're looking to get long. Um, you could pretty much say, okay, the break of this high is my entry, and the break of this low is my stop if I get in. And I'll keep it like that because we do have higher lows in place as well on the SPY. The QQQ looks a little bit better, but again, it's the same type of thing. But this inside bar actually looks a little bit better as far as the price structure because you're not having people trying to say that there's double top put in. And trust me, whenever you see double tops, they're usually, it usually breaks, causes tops and causes bottoms, a breakdown, like a false breakdown. So like this, bang, fall, or we might see a second one, or you might see a double bottom. See how that, and then it broke it down, took everything, and then you still have to wait for a higher low though. And that's pretty much what I look at. I don't look at these double tops and stuff because when stuff becomes obvious, that means it's obvious for a reason. And trust me, Wall Street knows, and that's why you have to be really careful with the breakout stuff. Is they know that they can see it. There's a shitload of orders up here, and they're just waiting for that. And I think that the lower risk trade, because if you take a breakout here, where is it going to be? The low of this day? That's not right. Is it going to be the low here? Maybe that's too big. So you kind of got to really look and see what's going on regarding that. IWM, however, gave you nice pullback, 1, 2, 3, okay, 3 days, 1, 2, 3 down, gapped up, closed up. Now it's in the middle, so it's the exact opposite. So now this inside day, are we going to see, if we see a break of this low, are we going to see some more continuation to the downside? Because again, you're having the 50 cross the 10, okay, and the momentum is down. So now all we need to do is see this volume increase like it did this way. 1, 2, 3. You see how the volume increased to the downside? You see how this volume was very light, and I think this might have been a red bar as well. But you see, even if it's red, you see that the volume started to increase. So see, the thing is, it doesn't have to always start big, but if it continues up, you want to see what part of the trend the volume spikes in. So let's say like right here, okay, it spiked up, continued up, spiked again, finished it. Kind of look at that. Started it, see how it starts it, volume starts it up, stops. Well, this wouldn't be a stop, but again, I think that you get these days, you look for the pullback, you look for the weakness. The volume can start low, but you want it to increase. You want it to start low and then increase. So right now, we're starting to get up, and then if it starts low, if it starts to increase, you have more downside. Plus, you have a 200 below. And again, if you took that 200 off, what would you think? Because it's not a net, so it's not going to catch anything. Let's go to these names. Matter of fact, Diamond gave a little bit better price signal. You kind of just want to see it break above this high, but again, it is not giving much separation, but again, it could resolve itself to the up or downside. Let's look at Apple. Apple, careful. You have a gap up, okay? Gap up, and then closer down. So if it breaks these lows, that should be something to be very, very cautious about. Google. This one looks pretty good. Again, it's still not giving stuff fairly clean, but again, it is what it is. Clean meaning I like this. Layer on top of previous highs. Go back up. But if you have a break of this high, I mean, people are going to be playing out here, but if you get a break of this and low, your stop below there, that looks good. Price line is not really showing me much, quite honestly. It's just creeping down again. If it breaks this low, the volume is important. I don't care what nobody says. The volume is very, very low. So I think if it breaks this low, it could go to the downside. You got Facebook. Facebook as well. This looks good. I mean, it's really not giving much. I mean, gave a couple bars, pulled back, broke of this high, and continuing out. And again, I know there's a shitload of traders up here, but again, I want to put my stop below here versus putting my breaking out here and put my, I don't know, maybe it's, you know, I just don't like the breakout. Quite honestly, it's a painful trade, and anybody who trades it know that you have to go, and in order to be a breakout trader, you have to know and say, I know I'm going to feel heat immediately. Okay. This one is also a good one, IBM actually. So you see IBM is layering right on top of a previous high for the pullback. That's a low risk trade. You take that high above there and see where it goes from there. The volume is pretty low on the pullback as well. And you see from the intraday action that, you know, I think I'll use the 15. No, that's 15. Okay, you see it went down and then it came back up and came below. If it breaks above these highs, it might be a good opportunity to get in that name. You got Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is looking good, but again, I would have liked it from here versus all the way up here. I'm actually looking to take profits out at this level. Twitter. You have Twitter. Maybe this could be a pretty good buy. Again, the buy would have been today. And you want to see this volume go up and see if you could test right here. I think this comes back, and I think it looks good for the long side, quite honestly. I mean, your target would probably be around this 45.20 area. You got BlackBerry. BlackBerry looks like it's flagging for more downside, so it could come and fill this gap. Be very careful with that. Baidu. Baidu, again, if you broke, again, I'm looking for it to break above this high, and this high of 91.4, 90. Yep. So I've been in here, stop below there, and I'll be looking to take off profits, quite honestly, on this quick retracement, because you know that you're going to get a little bit of stuff from 200. Again, the perfect scenario is actually getting in right here. Okay, that would have been a really good trade. Microsoft. I've never seen Microsoft this high. So again, you could be in this trade right now. Your stop would be up here, maybe on a short bull flag. So again, this is some names, and if you like any, you can always email me at MaximusAnalysis@gmail.com. Look at the price action. I mean, again, indexes. I mean, even though they're churning, you know, you got to be very, very careful to try to take a short, because it could be just a retracement. It could be very, very painful. So if you don't have anything you like on the long side, just wait, because the short is. It's a Jamaican saying, okay, there's a time and a place for everything, and is this the time and the place? So be careful.